West Coast legends are waking up mad, and DJ Quik just dropped the most jaw-dropping revelation of the decade. In a moment that fans are calling the most honest and dangerous thing said in hip-hop in years. DJ Quik didn't just spill tea, he detonated a bomb. On a surprise podcast appearance, Quik looked dead in the camera and said, "Dr. Dre is lucky Eazy didn't shoot him that day." Wait, what? Fans froze. Hosts didn't breathe. The entire internet shut down, because this wasn't just beef. This wasn't a diss track. This was a raw, violent memory from the darkest corners of NWA history that Nitrogen Monoxide One was supposed to talk about. Now, it's out. It's public. And it's shaking the foundations of everything we thought we knew about the feud between Dre and Eazy. And trust that day Quik mentioned. It wasn't just any day. It was the moment Eazy was ready to end it all. And Dre didn't even know how close he came to not making it out. Get ready, because what DJ Quik just said. It's about to change hip-hop history as we know it, forever. To understand what DJ Quik meant by Dr. Dre is lucky Eazy didn't shoot that day. We gotta rewind the clock. Back to the 90s, back to the firestorm known as NWA, and more importantly, the moment when brotherhood turned into betrayal and nearly ended in blood. NWA wasn't just a group. It was a movement, a revolution, and at the center of it all, Eazy to write the businessman, the hustler, the one who fronted the money and built ruthless records from nothing. He took a chance on a young, hungry producer named Andre Young, Dr. Dre, and for a minute, the crew was unstoppable. Dre, Eazy, Ice Cube, MC Ren, DJ Yella. They were changing rap forever. Until money started moving funny. Behind the scenes, Dre started getting restless. He didn't like the contracts. He didn't like how much Eazy was making off his production. And most of all, he didn't like Jerry Heller, Eazy's right-hand man and NWA's controversial manager. That tension, it built up for Mon-TH, and then came the breaking point. Dr. Dre left. Just walked out and linked with Suge Knight to start Death Row Records. But before he left, according to multiple insiders, Suge and Dre strong-armed Eazy into letting Dre go. How? One story says Suge Knight walked into Eazy's office with goons holding bats and chains and threatened violence unless he released Dre from his contract. Another version, the version DJ Quik alluded to, is even darker. According to whispers in the underground, Eazy had a gun under his desk that day. And when Suga and Dre pulled that intimidation stunt, Eazy didn't flinch. But he'd consider ending it right there. Quik has always been close to that circle, too close. And on that podcast episode, he dropped the bomb. That moment, it could have gone a whole different way. Eazy had a heater. He was ready. Dre don't even know how close he came to getting aired out in his own studio. Holy. This ain't just rap beef. This is life or death. And now we're learning that the split between Dre and Eazy was more than contracts. It was pure betrayal. Because once Dre left, he didn't just start Death Row. He started dragging Eazy's name through the mud. And fans remember. Eazy can eat a big fat D****** Dre Day. 1992, that wasn't just a bar. That was a declaration of war. Eazy hit back with his own track, Real Motherfucking G's, calling Dre a studio gangster, mocking his past and world-class wrecking crew and exposing his fake gangsta image. And for a while, it looked like the two were on a collision course. The West Coast was split. You were either Team Eazy or Team Dre. And behind the scenes, there were rumors of actual violence, threats, armed security. Ruthless Records was on lock. But Eazy, he was never afraid. I made them. I made Dre. I made Cube. I'll make 10 more if I have to. That was his energy in every interview. So why didn't he pull the trigger that day? According to DJ Quik, Eazy was smart. calculated. He knew jail wasn't worth it. But that don't mean he didn't think about it. Double quotes, damn, imagine that. A legendary friendship built on music and brotherhood, almost ending in a flash of gunfire in a record label office. And now, years later, DJ Quik is the first to say it out loud. It wasn't about rap, it was about respect. And Dre broke that. This one statement has the entire hip-hop community in shock and has reopened old wounds that never fully healed. Because if this is true, Eazy had really considered killing Dre that day. Then the entire history of West Coast rap would have been erased in an instant. No Death Row, no Snoop Dogg, no Chronic, no Eminem, no Aftermath. All of it gone because of one decision, one moment, one man who held back but could have pulled the trigger. And now, DJ Quik is making sure the world never forgets just how close we came to losing it all. The studio was silent that day. It's too silent. It wasn't the silence of peace. It was the kind of quiet that feels like a storm is about to rip the walls off. This was Ruthless Records HQ. Early 1991, Dr. Dre had already started slipping out. The backdoor meetings with Suge Knight had become frequent. Whispers were getting louder, and loyalty was cracking. But on this day, it wasn't whispers anymore. It was confrontation. Suge Knight, broad as a refrigerator and backed by 3 goons, walked into the building like he owned the block. No security, no appointment. Just raw, calculated intimidation. DJ Quik, in his podcast Revelation, confirmed it. Suga and them didn't knock. They didn't ask. They came in like a hit squad. And Eazy? Eazy was waiting. He wasn't no fool. He knew they were coming. He had already heard from a clerk at Solar Records that Suge was on one and planning something big. So when Suge showed up, Eazy had the Glock under the desk. No hesitation. No fear. You better think real hard about what you do next. Eazy allegedly told Suge.com as hell. Suge, smirking, leaned on the desk. Let Dre go. We're gonna make you. That was it. No sugarcoating, no middleman. Just a threat. Plain and loud. Now let's be clear. Dre was still under contract to Ruthless. Eazy held every legal right to block Dre from leaving, or at least demand millions in compensation. But what Suge and Dre did, they played dirty, and the papers, the ones Suge forced Eazy to sign, were typed, notarized, and ready. But here's where the twist starts. DJ Quik claimed Eazy didn't sign out of fear. He signed because he knew something Dre didn't. Because that very week, Eazy had just found out about Dre's secret side deal. Yeah? Dre and Suge had already negotiated with Interscope before he was released from his Ruthless contract. That's illegal. It's called tortious interference. Eazy could have sued. He could have buried them in court, but he didn't. Why? Because what Dre didn't know was that Eazy owned a percentage of Death Row's early recordings. Let that sink in. Eazy got paid off Dre's early success. He ate off the Chronic. He made money off Doggy Style. He smiled when Dre dissed him because he was cashing the check. But that day, when Suge stormed in, it wasn't about business, it was about pride, and Eazy was torn between 2 urges. Stand his ground and spark a war that could end in a body bagger. Play it smart. Let them walk out and win the long game through paperwork and profit insiders who were there. Say Eazy leaned back, let Suge rant. Watched Dre, looking ashamed but quiet, never lifted the gun from under the desk. But when Suge finally said, "You can fight us and lose everything, or sign and walk away," Eazy smirked and allegedly said, "I already won." Then he signed. He let Dre walk, but he wasn't done. Within 72 hours, Eazy had lawyers draw up contracts that claimed partial ownership of all Dre's recordings until A financial settlement could be reached, and while Dre thought he was free, Eazy was already slicing the pie behind his back. But here's where the story gets uglier. Eazy didn't stay quiet. He told mutual friends. He told DJ Eula. He told MC Ren. He even told Tuhort, who confirmed years later that Eazy once bragged, "Dre thinks he left me? He didn't leave me. He works for me and don't even know it." The level of petty, the level of genius. But Dre caught wind. And that's when Dre Day happened. That now iconic diss track wasn't just about throwing shade. It was Dre's attempt to erase Eazy's legacy. He called him fake, mocked his voice, painted him as a washed-up clown. But Eazy, he clapped back immediately with Real Muthafucking G's, a track that didn't just diss Dre, it exposed him. Included in the video, images of Dre in glitter, lip gloss, and sequined outfits from his pre-on WA electro-funk days. And fans went insane. It sparked an entire coast-wide rivalry. But behind all that music and media, it was a real danger. DJ Quik claimed, "The tension was real. I seen cats carrying heat into studios. People had security like politicians. It wasn't just rap no more." The industry was on edge. And then came the rumors that Eazy was planning to go public with a tell-all, not just about Dre and Suge, but about major label corruption, gang affiliations, and even federal investigations. Some even believe Eazy had recorded audio of that Suge confrontation and was holding it for leverage. But he never got to release it, because not long after, Eazy was in the hospital. And a few weeks later, it was gone. The official story says he died of AIDS complications. But if you ask fans, insiders, even Bone Thugs and Harmony, they'll tell you, Eazy didn't go out naturally. He was set up. And now with DJ Quik reopening the vault, people are wondering, what else has been hidden all these years? What other power plays, backroom deals, and buried truths are still waiting to explode? Because what started as a simple he said beef might have been a full-blown war that barely stayed out of the graveyard. Right after DJ Quik's bombshell went viral, the internet exploded. Twitter timelines weren't just buzzing, they were on fire. IG live clips, podcast reels, YouTube reactions, the culture stopped in its tracks. #DREV's EAZY began trending globally. And the quote that did it? "Dr. Dre is lucky Eazy didn't shoot him that day." DJ Quik, that line traveled faster than the speed of gossip. It was on DJ Academic's feed, then Say Cheese, then The Source, then everywhere. And then came the comments: at hiphop_truthz. Wait, Eazy had a gun. And Dre ain't no. Yo, this is wild. At 90s reploy list, don't play with this. If Quik say that it's real. He'd been in those rooms. At Death Row Historian, Eazy was about to erase Dre off the map, and y'all just laughing? This was damn near a murder plot. But then, a whole new twist dropped. Late that same night, a leaked audio file surfaced on a tiny YouTube channel called West Coast Archives. The title, Eazy Unreleased Voicemail Speaks on Dre plus Suge Day of Meeting. What? The voice was unmistakable. EAZY-e.clear.com. Calculated. Here's what he said. "They think I'm scared. Suge walking in here like he untouchable. Dre looking like a scared lil boy behind him. But they don't know what I got under this desk. One wrong word, I light this place up. I'm ready for war, but I'm smarter than that." Bro. That audio started getting ripped, downloaded, reposted everywhere. It was on Reddit, TikTok, IG, and by morning, over 4.3 million plays. Some fans questioned its authenticity. Others didn't care. That's his cadence. That's his tone. That's him. At Eazy Legacy, verified fan-run account managed by Eazy's cousin. Allegedly, and if that wasn't enough, a Google Drive link dropped in a hip-hop Discord labeled Ruthless Tapes Final Conversation.mp3 inside. A distorted recording of a conversation allegedly between Eazy and MC Ren 2 days after the Suga Dre confrontation. And, in that file, Eazy says this: "I let Dre walk out because I knew I was still eating. But next time Suga pulls something like that, he getting buried. No mercy." Mercy. Fans started putting pieces together like a conspiracy board. Threads went viral on Reddit like Eazy didn't die of AIDS. He was silenced because he knew too much. Dr. Dre was seconds from getting shot. Why ain't he ever talked about it? Even old NWA affiliates started reacting. The Doc, longtime Dre collaborator, went on IG Live. "Man, Eazy was gangsta to the bone. That's why we feared and loved him." What Quik said: "I ain't saying it's true, but I'm saying single quotes, ... it could be." MC Ren, when approached by TMZ outside Lax, gave a chilling response: "I don't speak on the dead, but I'll say this. Eazy never needed nobody to protect him." And then, a vault opened, fans began digging into old interviews. And from a 1995 archived interview with Cold 187 EM of Above the Law, this quote resurfaced: "Eazy told me Suga only walked out that room because he let him. Said he was strapped the whole time. That's easy for you. Calm, but not soft. Soft." And if that's true, we're talking about a man who had every opportunity and reason to unleash hell, but chose to play chess. And he still won. But here's where the final escalation happened. One user on X, formerly Twitter, known as @Ruthless Receipts, posted a blurry scanned document that read, "Ruthless Records, Legal Memo, Interference Claim. Night Young, dated March 1991. Signed by E.E. Wright-Hit, outlined potential legal action against Death Rows founders for contract interference and intimidation, and listed recorded audio of threats as part of evidence." This is insane. So now, the theory is this: Eazy had recordings. Eazy had a legal trap ready. Eazy possibly leaked Dre's deal to Interscope out of revenge. And when the walls were closing in, Eazy died. Suddenly, silently. And no one ever got to hear his full side until now. And the most bone-chilling part: DJ Quik's last sentence on that podcast. "People think Eazy lost. But if you know the truth, Dre and Suge ain't walk away clean. They walked away shaking." Within hours of DJ Quik's "he could have got shot" statement, the culture woke up, and now it's full-on West Coast warfare, online Twitter. In chaos at hiphop mythos. If this Eazy tape is real, Dr. Dre ain't no hero. He walked out of ruthless cause, Eazy let him. Not 'cause he beat the system. At Og Real Talk 88. Suge Knight walked into that room thinking he was a wolf. Eazy was the hunter with his hand on the trigger. At Chronic Lover, Eazy played the long game, took Dre's hits, cashed his checks, dropped a diss, and still came out on top. The culture is now split into two fierce camps. #Team DRE. Defending Dre's legacy, his production genius, and the right to walk away from a hostile label. #Tmeezy, claiming Dre betrayed the man who made him, and Eazy showed true power by sparing him. And then entered the OGs. Snoop Dogg. Tight with Dre for decades, didn't shy away. He hit IG stories with this video: "Look, Eazy was a boss. Ain't no question, but Dre my family. I was there when Jastrix T got wild. Let's not rewrite the script, y'all just catching up." The comment section flooded. Snoop Loki, confirming it happened, but trying to stay neutral. "Why you nervous, big dog?" Suge Knight, watching this from prison like. And then Ice Cube goes on Big Boy's Neighborhood Radio. And when asked if Eazy really had Dre at gunpoint, he says, "Let's just say Eazy wasn't bluffing. He never bluffed. If you know, you know." The room went silent. Big boy, so that really almost happened. Cube. Ask Dre how close it got. Ooh. But what about the new generation? YG, the Compton rapper who reps that West Coast lineage, posted on X, "Eazy had goon blood. Don't ever forget." Dre, a legend, but Eazy was different. Ain't no rappers like him no more. The game always wanted to jump into drama, went live saying, "You talkin' 'bout real street energy." That was Eazy. Dre had to grow into his savage. Eazy was born with it. And Suge, man, he still shook over that day. I seen it in his eyes. Fans were stunned. But it didn't stop there. Even business folks jumped in. A former Interscope exec, under anonymous DM2 DJ Academics, allegedly leaked this. Interscope knew. Suge was applying street pressure to extract Dre from Ruthless. There were talks of violence, but it got swept under. If Eazy had exposed the tapes, contracts would have collapsed. That's right, according to this leaked message. Interscope was complicit in Dre's departure and feared what Eazy could reveal. And then a media storm blew up when Vlad TV uploaded a classic interview clip with Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, where Lazy Bone said, "Eazy told us before he passed, don't trust anybody Dre's around. He ain't say why, but he knew something." What? Ha! And now even Dre himself is under pressure. Fans are flooding his socials with, "Say something or you guilty." Did Eazy really have the heater under the desk? Tell us what really happened that day. As of now, Dre's team has gone completely silent. No response. No denial. No public statement, and that has only made things worse. Because in the vacuum of silence, fans are believing Quik, the tapes, and the mountains of circumstantial proof one fan made. TikTok even reconstructed the alleged scene using AI title, "The Day Eazy Could Have Shot Dr. Dre." Soundtrack, Real Mutha fucking G's instrumental caption, "He could have ended death row before it even started." Over 5.2 million views in 24 hours. The comments. This feels like a deleted scene from hip-hop history. How? Have we never known this? This is a movie. And now, fans are begging for more. Drop the rest of the tapes. Did Dre know he was about to get clapped? Did Suge ever speak on that meeting? Was Eazy killed before he could expose it all? Even Netflix was tagged in viral threads. We need a new series, Ruthless, the Eazy story, because now the drama isn't just viral, it's legendary, and everybody's watching what happens next, just when the dust almost started to settle. A mysterious, never-before-seen court document appeared on an obscure hip-hop forum. The username? Eazy for L Justice 1995. The file title. Right v. Night pending legal filing redacted. What was inside shook the entire internet to its core. The PDF contained a draft lawsuit, allegedly written by Eazy's lawyers just 11 days before his hospitalization. And in it, accusations of racketeering and coercive extraction of contracted talent. Mentions of audio surveillance, wiretap legal evidence, and hostile threats. A section labeled, "Involvement of Mr. Young, Andre Ramel, Young A.K. Dr. Dre," but the line that broke the internet. Should anything happen to Mr. Wright under suspicious circumstances, this filing must proceed as criminal obstruction and coercion. Are you kidding me? Eazy was trying to file legal charges. And in that document, he warned that if he died mysteriously, it shouldn't be ruled natural. And guess what? It never got filed. Because Eazy died 12 days later. From a rapid onset strain of HIV/AIDS so aggressive, even doctors said they'd never seen anything like it. Even his daughter Erin, now Ebby Wright, spoke on The Art of Dialogue months ago. My dad got sick out of nowhere. No warning. No history. Just bam hospitalized, and within weeks, he was gone. She paused and added, "Sometimes I wonder, someone didn't want him to expose what he knew." Now those words sound bone-chilling, because if this document is real, then DJ Quik wasn't just reminiscing. He was exposing the power games, the silent threats, the deathbed secrets that the industry buried. And it all leads to one terrifying question. Did someone make sure Eazy never got to speak? As soon as that document went viral, even Chuck D from Public Enemy tweeted, "Eazy was the definition of business savagery." His silence at the end. It never felt right. Fans are now demanding a full investigation. Open the tapes, re-examine his death. Hold Dre and Suge accountable. Tell us what Eazy knew, but the scariest part. The anonymous leaker Eazy for L Justice 1995 posted one more message before going completely dark. The audio you've heard is only part one. There's a confession coming. Someone who was there, someone Dre forgot about. Stay tuned. A confession. Someone who was in the room that day. Someone who saw Eazy allegedly ready to shoot Dre and never said a word. And now, they're ready to talk. This is not over. In fact, this might only be the beginning. This story is bigger than beef. It's bigger than hip-hop. This is about the truth they never wanted us to hear. DJ Quik cracked the door open, and now the floodgates are wide open. From Eazy's near shooting of Dr. Dre, to that haunting court document that warned of his death, to the promise of a confession from someone who is actually in the room that day. You tell me, was Eazy silenced before he could destroy everything? Was Dre more involved in that day than we ever imagined? Did Suge Knight orchestrate something darker than we ever gave credit for? We need you in the comments right now. Sound off, do you believe DJ Quik? Should Dre respond publicly? Was this the industry's biggest cover-up? And don't forget that anonymous user said part 2 is coming. A confession, a witness, a voice from the past ready to destroy everything we thought we knew. So make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, because if what's coming next is real, we might finally learn who really wanted Eazy gone, and trust me, this next bomb is going to be louder than anything the culture's ever heard. Until then, stay watching, stay loud, and remember, in hip-hop, the truth always finds its beat.